In Australia, there's one simple trick that a lot of resellers like myself are using to generate over $1 million a year in sales. One of these deals, I spent $7,000 and I've made over $100,000 already. I'm going to be releasing multiple videos moving forward on all the tips and tricks that I've learned as a reseller in Australia for more than 25 years now. People that have got money don't have the mindset of being ripped off. They've got the mindset of, I want to get rid of stuff. He hates being on camera. He's off to the gym. He's so big and strong. Records are a great profit. There's so much profit in it. For example, this one record here alone is probably close to $1,000 on eBay. It's a box set. I bought that for $20. There's another one here that's expensive, for example, and someone was asking me what to look for. Actually, I don't know where it is. It's in one of these. It's another AC/DC, one that you want to be keeping an eye out for. The thing is, when you're placing one of the buy ads, there's so many people with so much stuff, but you're not going to see it advertised because they're contacting the people in the advertiser that have these wanted to buy ads. No, that's Kiss, what are they, comics. It's one of these other ones. I want to show you what I'm talking about. No, that's Kiss. It was AC/DC I was looking for. There's an AC/DC Blue Roo. This here is probably $500 and I paid $5 for this. What you actually want to look for with this, if I'm able to pull it out with one hand, is actually the little Blue Roo emblem. So that kangaroo there means it's a first edition. So these are $500, $1,200, anywhere in that range depending on the condition and on the day, but you'll find them all over the place in price on eBay. So if you don't know those little tips, then you're not going to make as much money as someone who does. There are so many ways that you can source stock to be a high volume reseller. I have unlimited time. Being a reseller has given me the lifestyle effectively. I've only had to work 15 hours a week for the last 20 years and I've generated hundreds of thousands of dollars in a slow year, over $1 million in a good year. If I put more effort in, I get more out, but it's the quality life balance, right? So you get out what you put in. I get out enough because I know the tricks that allow you to not have to put in a whole lot of effort. So these records, for example, I don't have to deal with anybody. I've already written them up and they're gonna go to auction and the auction house will sell them. Now there's over 200 lots of records here. Why would you go and, when I say 200 lots, I'm talking like some of these lots, there's like 6, 9, 12 records per lot. Why would you go and sell, if I've got 2,000 records here, 2,000 individual listings on eBay, which are going to take, I don't know, how long does it take you to do 2,000 listings? If you're averaging 100 a day, that's a lot of time. 20 days, is that right? That's 20 days work that I've saved myself by just dropping these off to the auction house and they're going to sell them all for me and I'll get my money 2 weeks after they sell them. That allows me the freedom and flexibility to do the trick, the tip that I'm going to give you in this video. When I've got multiple of the same records, what I do is I actually take the records to different auction houses and that way it allows me to sell a lot of stock. So if you're into collecting records, what you need to be doing is not looking on Facebook every 5 minutes of the day and clicking refresh like many people do, because it is profitable when you hit a home run and you find a collection where you're able to pick up a lot of value like this. You need to place wanted to buy ads. Placing wanted to buy ads will allow you to get the phone calls from the people that have got a lot of stuff. When I had my secondhand shop in Queensland, I had a lot of people coming to sell to me that didn't want people to know what they had. They didn't want to advertise their items for sale. They didn't want to deal with people. Some of them were sales reps that got promo items that were meant to be used for gifts or what are they called? Prizes. But they used to sell them to me instead. So there's a lot of people that selling stuff that I've spoken to so many people that have inherited stuff. They don't want their family members to know that they're selling it. All of these cards, for example, that I've got that I sell on my whatnot have come predominantly through placing wanted to buy ads. I actually deleted my Facebook account for a number of reasons. One, I got demonetized because I spoke my opinion, and you're not allowed to do that in Australia. Our freedoms and liberties are being taken away, but if you're not putting yourself out there, you will not know, and you'll just be naive to the fact and think it's not real, but try it, trust me, it'll happen. And another reason is because I need to stop buying. I had wanted to buy ads up, and I was getting reached out to more than 30 times a week with people wanting to sell me deals. And When like one of these deals, I spent $7,000 and I've made over $100,000 already just in trading cards. People have enough, and like I'm moving overseas, so I'm going to be selling everything cheap as well. I don't care. Stuff that I'm selling, like this, for example, I've sold 3 of these. If there was one left, I don't know where it's gone. This is the problem. I've got people that are here helping me, and everything keeps moving. But if you have been following my Whatnot journey, you'll know what I'm talking about, but I've been selling Dragon Ball Z booster boxes from 2002 for $400 on my Whatnot that are selling online for $1,200 if you put in the time and effort to sell it on eBay. I don't care about the $800 I'm missing out on per item because I've got 500,000 bloody items here. You can't try and get the most out of every item. You just don't have the time, and money isn't everything. It's lifestyle, it's flexibility, it's freedom, and it's just turning things over. I'm still making a couple $100 per box. Like they cost me $200 a box. I don't care that they're worth $1,200. So if I'm getting $400, I'm still doubling my money. And a lot of people have different mindsets, and a lot of poor people talk about ripping others off. When you buy something for $100 that could be worth $400, you're like, oh, you're ripping the person off $300 at garage sales or whatever it happens to be. But people that have got money don't have the mindset of being ripped off. They've got the mindset of, I want to get rid of stuff. It's convenient for me to do it this way. You don't want to be dealing with people when you've got so much volume. I deal obviously with a lot of people on Whatnot. I've already sold 10,500 items in the couple of months that I've been using Whatnot. But and when I say items, I'm talking like what I'll do on Whatnot is I'll grab a handful of cards and I'll just say packs of cards or quantity of cards or whatever it is I'm selling. I've got lots of sets that I'm selling as full sets as well. I don't sell certain items on Whatnot because I can't be bothered posting them or they become too heavy. I do and have been selling stamp albums, for example, but there's certain things like records, they take up a lot of room, and you'll find a few buyers will buy a lot of them and they become heavy, etc. I'm ranting, but to give you an idea on the volume that it is that you will come by as a reseller when you place wanted to buy ads is overwhelming. Facebook Marketplace is the #1 way that you will make money. Letterbox drops by doing flyers, handing them out, putting up wanted to buy ads in your local news agency or supermarket. They all have notice boards. You put one up. They are attracting all the people that don't use the internet, the 80 and 90-year-olds, which is where you're going to find the older stuff and, generally speaking, the most amount of money, particularly gold. I'm going to make a video moving forward in gold on how to make money and things to look out for when buying jewelry, because jewelry has some of the biggest profit markups and you don't have to worry about shelving when you're dealing with jewelry. There's lots of profit in lots of items. So I'm an everything seller. I know a little bit about a lot. I'm not a specialist and I don't have a lot of knowledge about a specific thing. And a lot of people look at me like a bottom feeder, a peasant. But when you deal in volume and you're able to move over a lot of stuff and you don't have to do any of the work, because I'm predominantly selling 90% of my stuff through auction houses, it gives you the time and freedom. And when you're buying things for $200 and selling them for $400 and you're buying hundreds of those a week in bulk because you're buying collections like all these cards where I've made over $100,000 on a $7,000 deal, those profits add up and you're able to make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, turn over $1 million a year, because you've got the time. You're not driving around to thrift stores and garage sales and things like that to try and find a $50 profit item. You've already got the relationship set up that I've made a video on in past videos, so go check them out. You're placing wanted to buy it, so people are actually reaching out to you, so it saves you having to waste your time. You're able to source from auction without having to go and inspect. You can do it online and leave bids, and if you win, you win. If you don't, you don't. And then you've got auction selling everything for you, other than Whatnot. And the reason I use Whatnot is because, for example, actually, a lot of stuff is actually selling in auction houses for more than what I'm getting in Whatnot, but it's a trial and error. So I will put items on Whatnot and in auction, and I will see what things sell for and where they sell for better. And that's how I will decide where to sell what. But I am finding, for example, like a pack of cards on Whatnot, I might get 10 or 20 bucks per pack. In auction, I'm getting 20 or 30 per pack. But because I've got 2,000 sets, not a pack, sets, I've got thousands of packs, it's just a quick way of moving through the volume. The problem is these, for example, these are $20 each on eBay, and I'm getting $5, $10 each on Whatnot, but I've got hundreds of them. So when you've got too much of one thing, it's good, yeah, you corner the market, but it's hard to move that amount of volume. The other thing is what people don't understand, if I wanted to, not that I do, the people that have been buying these off me that are putting them on eBay for $20 a pack, I can quite easily just put mine on eBay for $8 a pack if I wanted to undersell them, undercut them and sell a lot of them. You get people play tricks like that. They'll never tell people how much they're sitting on in one category item. Like I might have 30 of the same record, which I do, that are 90 bucks each. I can't tell people that I've got so many of the same record and put them all in auction in the same week. Otherwise they'll be $5 each. But you drip feed them through auctions every month. You're selling a couple every month, and that's why I've got a shed full of crap, because you need to make the most of the things you've got, and you can't let people know how much you've got, otherwise things will be seen as common and not rare, which is part of the eBay dilution of profitable items. People once thought that carnival glass was rare and valuable, and it's not, because you can find anything you want on eBay. I'm going to do quick videos every day moving forward. So if there's a specific topic you want me to cover, let me know in the comment section below. That's going to be today's video. I will catch you in the next one. Check out these folders with more videos on similar content for you to learn educationally on reselling moving forward. Thanks, and I will see you guys in the next one.